May we take our seats, please?
On behalf of the good people of Gombe State, I heartily welcome the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, to Gombe State for a one-day official visit on Monday, 4th March 2024. While in Gombe, the Vice President will unveil the Outsource to Nigeria initiative, OTNI, a catalyst for change in the business process and technology-enabled outsourcing sector and the fastest route to job security for our teeming youths in Gombe State and Nigeria at large. The event will hold at the International Conference Center, Gombe, by 9 a.m. Mr. Vice President, we are happy to receive you in the jewel in the Savannah, commercial hub of the Northeast sub-region and the best state in ease of doing business. Signed, Muhammadu Inwa Yahaya, Governor, Gombe State, and Chairman, Northern States Governors Forum.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me just take out a moment to appeal to my colleagues in the fourth estate of the realm to please create some space in front here so that all those who are seated in this conference center can have access to what's happening in front. Thank you very much. Gentlemen of the press, my colleagues in the fourth estate of the realm, please. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I appeal to you to quickly settle down. As you do know, His Excellency the Vice President is here at this moment. Let us all take our seats and bring to the barest minimum movement around the hall. Thank you very much. As we set to commence this event, may I invite the following for the purpose of handing over all we do in this conference center to the Almighty God. Let me request Associate Professor Abdullahi Ahmed Garkuwa, the Honorable Commissioner Science, Technology and Innovation, Gombe State, as well as Reverend Father Alphonsus Shinga, the CAN Chairman, Gombe State, to please come forward and lead us in opening prayers. Thank you very much. Professor Abdullahi Ahmed Garkuwa and Reverend Father Alphonsus Shinga. Thank you.
صلوا على النبي الكريم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. ربنا آمنا بما أنزلت واتبعنا الرسول فاكتبنا مع الشاهدين. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك عنبنا وإليك المصير. We pray may God Almighty continue to give our leaders the strength to govern. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them the inspiration and guide them right. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept their service as an act of ibadah. ربنا آمنا بما أنزلت واتبعنا الرسول فاكتبنا مع الشاهدين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty God and Father, we give you thanks and praise your name for all your blessings and protection over us. We commit this occasion into your hands, even as we commit our leaders, the Vice President who is here in the state, the Governor of our state and other governors who are here, and all members of the Executive Council. We ask you to bless them and to protect them. Direct them to lead the people aright, that there will be peace and stability in the country. All that we are doing here today, we commit to your hands, that it would be to the glory of your name and to the betterment of mankind. All this we ask with thanksgiving. In Jesus' mighty name we prayed. Amen.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Your Excellency, host Governor of Gombe State, Muhammadu Inuwa Yahya, CON. Your Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, Umar Namadi, representatives of governors who are here present, Deputy Governor of Gombe State, Dr. Manasa Daniel Jato, and his counterpart from Borno State, Usman Kadafour, members of the National Assembly who are here present, distinguished senators, and the Chief Whip of the House of Representatives, the Speaker of the Gombe State House of Assembly, and other members of the Gombe Assembly, Chairman of the APC in Gombe State, Mr. Niti Amangal, Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, members of the Gombe State Executive Council, special advisors, senior special assistants to the President and the Vice President, also their counterparts in Gombe State, the founder and CEO of Outsource Global, Amal Hassan. And let me at this point also note that closely in tow is the Chief Executive of Onyx, Aisha Baku, who is of key importance to this event. Let me also acknowledge the Country Director of the World Bank and other development partners, captains of industry, our royal fathers who have been led in here by His Royal Highness the Emir of Gombe, Dr. Abubakar Shehu Abubakar III, CFR, and Your Excellencies, permit me to recognize the royal father of a neighboring place here, and I'm speaking here of His Royal Highness the Emir of Biu, Alhaji Mustafa Umar Mustafa II. Other custodians of the people's culture, who are referred to as our royal fathers who are here. Top government functionaries, both at the federal and state level, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This initiative is a privately driven, government-enabled national endeavor aimed at generating millions of jobs in Nigeria. It's called the Outsource to Nigeria Initiative, and it is under the office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The driving force, of course, is Outsource Global, which has made significant investments in Gombe State. Today, Gombe hosts the Vice President, who will launch the initiative and commission the Business Process Outsourcing Center. Now, this center, understand, is the first of its kind in the Northeast and also the biggest in Nigeria. It will provide no less than 2,000 jobs for the teeming youth population. And of course, here in the jewel of the savannah, Gombe State, today's event is by no means an accident, given the consistent and deliberate steps of Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahya to position Gombe as one of the foremost hubs of business and economic development. After all, Gombe occupies the prime position in the ease of doing business in Nigeria. And it is a pace setter in numerous other endeavors. You just need to take a drive around the capital city and you'll see all kinds of infrastructural development taking place, the roads and others. Well, an estimated 4 million people of a largely agrarian state are today keying into an invaluable initiative to restore hope to its youth and the citizens of Nigeria. We understand that Simultaneously, a similar event is taking place in Kano State as well as the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Mr. Vice President, I do welcome you to this event. I'd just like to quickly mention that some of those who would be the beneficiaries of this initiative are right here at the International Conference Center in Gombe. They are right there at the gallery. If you might just stand up, young ladies and gentlemen who are up there, please just stand up, and if I might crave the indulgence of the dignitaries here, if you just look behind, you'll see some of those who are the beneficiaries of this event. They're right here. They represent a larger society. Thank you very much. My name is Cyril Stober, and I'm here as a friend of Gombe State to perform one of the very simplest tasks, and that is to take you through the events as they unfold here today. And so, to start off, let me at this point invite Professor Ibrahim Abubakar Njoti, Secretary to the State Government, to come forward and formally welcome you to today's event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cyril. You're welcome to Gombe State. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Your Excellency, the Governor of Gombe State and Chairman, Northern Governors Forum, Muhammadu Inouye Yahya, CON, Namajan Gombe. Your Excellencies, the Governor of Jigawa State, Malang Umaru A. Namadi, FCA, and other visiting governors. Your Excellency, permit me to respectfully copy and paste the already elaborately established protocol for want of time. On behalf of the government and good people of Gombe State, I have the singular honor and privilege to welcome you all to the historic launch of the Outsource to Nigeria initiative, OTNI, and the commissioning of the Business Process Outsourcing Center here in Gombe. This occasion marks a significant step forward in our nation's journey towards economic diversification and job creation for the Nigerian youth. Gombe State is particularly proud to host the BPO Center, the first in the Northeast sub-region and the biggest of its kind in Nigeria. The location of the OTNI's flagship center of excellence, established by the Outsource Global, is with the strong and unwavering support of government of Gombe State under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency Muhammadu Inouye Yahya, Damajan Gombe. We hope that this collaboration will set a precedent for future collaborations between the BPO ecosystem and the public sector. This collaboration focused a future that showcases tangible results achieved through collective action that will inspire confidence and encourage further engagements. The Go Invest One initiative, launched in 2022 by Gombe State government, paved the way for this remarkable achievement. It demonstrates our commitment to fostering a business-friendly environment that attracts investment and generates employment opportunities for our citizens. The OTNI initiative holds immense potential for Gombe State and Nigeria as a whole, as it initiates with the employment of over 2,000 youths. We are paving the way for Nigeria to be positioned as the leader in the global business process outsourcing and IT-enabled services, as it creates a pathway for skilled job creation in the digital economy, significant economic diversification, attracting foreign investment and boosting our export of services, potential and collaboration with investors to foster knowledge transfer that propels our state and nation towards a more technologically advanced future. With the BPO Center now established in Gombe, located at the Amina Mohammed Skill Acquisition Center along Gombe Biu Road, the state is poised to become a hub for outsourcing services, leveraging the skills and potential of the youths. We in Gombe State are confident that the OTNI will be a resounding success. We stand ready to provide additional unwavering support to this initiative and all its stakeholders. The OTNI is a catalyst for change in a business process and technology that enables outsourcing sector and the fastest route to job security for our teeming youths in Nigeria and Gombe State in particular. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I would like to warmly welcome and appreciate the leadership of our great party, the APC administration at all levels, and indeed, members of our great party, for the trust and confidence reposed in His Excellency Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR, Jagaba of Borgu, but I said Jagaba of Nigeria, the Vice President Shettima Kashim, our amiable Governor Muhammadu Yahya, for taking the country and the state to greater heights. I appreciate His Excellency the Vice President for finding the time to attend this historic event personally, despite his crowded schedule. I look forward to the insightful presentations and discussions that will unfold today. Together, let us leverage this platform to unlock Nigeria's potential as a global outsourcing powerhouse. As we embark on this transformative journey, let us remember the importance of inclusivity and empowerment. Let us strive to ensure that the benefits of this initiative reach every corner of our society, leaving no one behind. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to all and wish the Outsource to Nigeria initiative a great success. Together, let us build a future where opportunities abound for all of us. You're welcome to the jewel in the Savannah, Gombe State. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, SSG. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the initiative we're here to launch is through global business process outsourcing and IT-enabled services. Of course, that explains the key role of IT and also explains why he couldn't have missed this for anything. I'm talking about the Chief IT Officer of Nigeria, who is the Director General and CEO of NITDA, that's the National Information and Technology Development Agency, and that's Kashifu Inua Abdullahi, who's also with us here, as the Chief IT Officer of Nigeria. Well, this initiative is largely IT-driven. At this point in time, those who would keep wondering what the Outsource to Nigeria initiative, the BPOs represent, let's sit back and watch this very short documentary that seeks to explain this initiative. Thank you.
Outsource to Nigeria initiative, job creation initiative that is anchored by the BPO to create millions of jobs within the country.
This will certainly impact positively in reducing unemployment, and the multiplier effects of such inflows will certainly impact on our economic growth and all other development indices, including reduction in poverty.
The aim of the initiative is to showcase Nigeria as a capable destination for outsourcing, and we strongly believe that Nigeria has what it takes to take over the business process outsourcing sector.
The global BPO and ITO and shared services market has grown to just over 1 trillion in size by the end of 2023, and further compounded growth of around 8% per annum is anticipated for this year. And yet Africa only supplies 2% of global business services. So there's much room for growth, expansion, and winning global work that creates dignified and meaningful jobs, especially in markets such as Nigeria.
How do we get Nigeria to position itself to serve that, to be a leader in the outsourcing industry?
Now, Nigeria has quite a lot of potentials, and unless and until we tap on what is available for us with regards to human capital, we'll not reach that destination that we all aspire to reach.
We have young population. We have the right skill sets. We graduate 1 million graduates every year.
Outsource to Nigeria is an initiative that we really want to be able to create a lot of job opportunities. This is something that we're already doing in Outsource Global. You can see in Outsource Global that we've been able to create 1,500 jobs, and it has drastically transform the lives of different people. What we can see that I believe is going to be very transformative, not only creating jobs, but it's also going to be able to train people, which is going to give them skills to be able to develop them for their future.
That we need to build about 2 million brain economy jobs in Nigeria, working remotely in Nigeria, but earning FX, or they're participating in global value chains. And that's the path out for Nigeria. Now, the good news is we've already started down this path. We already have companies. The one that I like to cite, I'll cite again today, founded by National Heroine Amal Hassan. So this is Outsource Global.
How do we attract other BPOs to come into the country? How do we promote the existing other BPOs to be able to serve the international market? So the initiative is structured in different pillars. The first pillar is talent pool and talent segmentation. We pull all the talent into one platform called Work Nation. So we look at the demand side and what is required in the international market, and we created trainings based on that. We looked at attracting BPOs into the country. How do we eliminate the fear of coming into the country and establishing? So we are creating centers of excellence. That way, they will come in through the initiative. We will provide the right skill sets, and we provide the infrastructure that they require to operate. The BPO centers of excellence will be established in all the geopolitical zones and many other states. The third pillar is global branding and communication. We've already partnered with BPO analysts around the world to showcase Nigeria as a capable destination for outsourcing. Last one is deployment. That is deploying the people we have trained into job, because once you start global branding, you would see BPOs coming into the country. You would see Nigerians going into this sector.
The Outsource to Nigeria initiative just shows the potential that exporting brains has. And this is not about people moving into the diaspora, Japa. It's about people staying in Nigeria, in their communities, in every state of the nation, and contributing to Nigeria's growth in high-paying jobs and delivering on the needs of the world.
Because of the quality nature of those jobs, they will be paid in dollars. Even on the average, each employee is to earn $40,000. If we can get 1 million Nigerians out there working in the global workspace, the inflow into the nation will be about $40 billion per annum.
As a market leader, Outsource Global is already paving the way for other BPOs to come into the market. That and working with government also, we're already showcasing what can be done because we already understand what is required in the international market. How do we position ourselves? And we've really worked together with the team in the VP's office to come up with Outsource to Nigeria initiative, which is positioning the country to actually succeed in this industry. With Outsource to Nigeria initiative and the structures that we are putting in place, we'll create millions of jobs. We will promote service exports into the country. We will attract a lot of foreign direct investment. I feel that Outsource to Nigeria initiative is the solution to the challenges we are facing in this country.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've seen the documentary. And now, let us present to you the founder and CEO of Outsource Global. To further tell the story, join me as I invite Amal Hassan to come forward. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, the Governor of Gombe State, please permit me to ride on the existing protocol. I'm a bit nervous. I've crammed all the people I need to call today, but I've already started fumbling, so please forgive me. And the essence of the video here is if I fumble, at least I've gotten the message across. Thank you very much. So let me get started. What is business process outsourcing? If you call British Airways today, I'm putting it in a very simple terms because we have beneficiaries of, even though we've given them orientation in the last 2 days, they really need to understand what they're getting into, right? Business process outsourcing, if you call British Airways today, if you call KLM today, if you call Emirates, I'm sure you've all experienced that. If you call Standard Chartered Bank today, a company in India picks up your call. So companies in US, UK, and other companies in international market outsource a segment of their business. It can be call center, it can be software, it can be legal services to countries that are less developed, where labor is cost effective, is cheaper. This is me fumbling again. Where labor is cheaper, and so that they can reduce costs and increase revenue, right? So if you look at the BPO market today, it is valued at $8.7 trillion in 2024, with India and Philippines dominating at least 60% of that market. The Indian industry has provided millions of jobs to Indians. It has closed the gap between lower class to middle class, and now the middle class are going over the upper class because of outsourcing. It changed the landscape and the economy of Philippines. The market in India, looking at the statistics, BPO provides is about 285 billion, that's the market size in India, and 57.14 in Philippines. The question is, Why not Nigeria? Why not? Mine moves very slowly, and we're short of time. So if you look at the Africa BPO market, only holds 2.7% of all that market share. Africa has the youngest population with a literacy rate of 70%. Why is Africa not taking over this market? So it has started, there's a global shift in the industry, and the market players are seeing Africa as the next outsourcing destination, with South Africa leading at the moment. Why? Because with COVID, a lot of things happen. With great resignation, low short of labor, a lot of things contributed to that. So there is no barrier or demography to job employment in the world. And Africa is seen as the next market player. The last, sorry, can I have some water? The last, my mouth is dry. There's so many excellencies here. Now go there. Okay, so the last report by Ryan Associates put South Africa as the most preferred destination by buyers in the market. So meaning that Nigeria, so if you look at all these countries, South Africa, Egypt, and Tunisia that has started serving the industry, a lot of effort was done by the government to partner, to work with private sector, and the private sector within those countries led most of the initiative to ensure that they own the market. I mean, they own a large chunk of the industry. So let's look at our dear country, Nigeria. If you look at Nigeria, this is the market size. Nigeria is in a better position than any other African country to serve the international market. We have a population of over 200 million. We have very young, 70% of this population are youth. We graduate 1 million graduates every year with different skill sets. Our time zone is better than Philippines and India. The question is, why are we not taking over this industry? What is happening, right? So if you look at what we've done in Outsource Global, we started in 2016. Today we have over 1,500 employees providing different services to companies in the US. So we looked at the rates of unemployment of this country, and we said we have to do something. And that led us to a research of what India has done in the industry, and we established Outsource Global, just to give you a brief background. And today we have 1,500 employees plus. And if we add those guys up and the ones in the center, we are going to be counting all of them by the day, right? We provide different services to different companies in the US, UK, Japan. We have lawyers, we have accountants, we have software developers, we have people working on customer service, we have people working on medical records. We keep on adding more services too. So when you look at, I just said two, did you notice? When you look at what we have done and taking that case study, we came up with working with the VP's office. Let me give you a little bit of a story before we get to the VP's office, right? We've established centers in Kaduna, Lagos, and Abuja, and when we were approached by Onyx to expand to Gombe State. Gombe actually gave us a lot of support, made significant investment into the center that we will go and see later today. And the hospitality here is amazing. Mike Andrews, one of my colleagues in Outsource, he's a Canadian from Toronto. He has been begging me to leave him here in Gombe, but now he's getting sick and I have to take him back to Abuja. So really the hospitality here is amazing. Thank you, Your Excellency. So going back to OTNI, Outsource to Nigeria initiative, after the election, His Excellency, the VP, reached out with NIDA to ask us. He came to the center one day, just one day in the middle of a walk. For Outsource, we work very late because we work using US time. Mostly, 80% of our clients are US clients. And he asked us one question: how do we scale this? How do we massively create employment using this industry? How do we get other people to come into the sector? How do we promote this industry? And we worked for one whole year to come up with the framework with the team in his office. He gets reports weekly, on the progress of the initiative. And we spent 1 year and we came up with Outsource to Nigeria initiative, the framework, right? The framework, like Outsource to Nigeria initiative has already been mentioned, is a private sector-led initiative. And we look at how the needs of the international market, we looked at Nigeria with its uniqueness, right? We look at how international market sees Nigeria. We looked at the talent within the country. We have, now good. we have okay. We have very, very good talent. We graduate 1 million graduates with different skill sets. If you look at what we've done with Outsource Global, each and every one of them come out directly from school, from university, and we take them through different kinds of training. We move them towards their strength. We identify their strength, and we move them towards their strength. We match their strength with the needs of the international market, and they succeed. And we've been succeeding, right? So how do we come up with a framework like that? So the first pillar of Outsource to Nigeria initiative is talent pool and talent segmentation. So we have to find where the talent is. So we all know that we graduate 1 million graduates. Where are they? Right? We pulled each and every one, we put a lot into a platform called Work Nation, which I explained in the video. And we segmented them based on international and domestic. They will be profiled, they are profiled on the system, and this profile is based on their own strength. We are not just training everybody, we are not just calling everybody to say we are pushing you to customer service, or we are pushing you to software, or we are pushing you to accounting. We looked at their strength, what they have studied, and what they have shown on the system, and we segmented it based on different needs of the international market, and we keep on adding services based on those needs. For example, when we segmented between international and domestic, we also identified, beside the international, which we've done a lot of work using Outsource, in Outsource, and we've learned from that, and we keep on adding for the international market. For the domestic market, in all the private sector stakeholder engagement, I hear people say, we lack the skill sets. We have to. So the only reason why we lack the skill set, or they feel companies within the country feel that we lack the skill set is because they are not ready to invest, to upskill the skill set to the level where they can serve them, right? So what the initiative is going to do is invest in training to upskill this different skill set to be able to serve both domestic and international market. So for instance, we've identified quality assurance as one area because agriculture is going to be one of the areas that we will promote export. And quality, if we train people based on the international quality, they will be able to certify people that are producing agri products. So it's one of, we've identified for fintech, the fintech market is growing, and we've identified trainings for agency banking within the country. So we're not just looking at what India did, we've learned from what India did, but we've adapted it based on our need, Nigeria's need, to serve both domestic and international market. The second pillar is national boot camp, right? So what we've done in Outsource is the first thing that we do when you come into our system is to do orientation. Because a lot of people coming out of school, they lack a lot of soft skills, how to communicate, changing their perception regarding their country, how they can even own the country and take ownership of the country. So orientation is part of the training that these people are going through right now. And we take them through orientation, then we take them through customer service, how to deal with customers, how to speak to international market, how to communicate well, how to write well, and all that. And that will prepare them for the training. Then we move them into the different trainings based on their skill set. So right now, what the initiative has done is as mentioned earlier, we are launching in 3 centers today. Kaduna is going live. Kaduna, not Kano, let me correct that. Abuja is going live today with the initiative, and we have, the large people in Gombe at the center, which, we will see today. I don't know where my English has gone to, so please bear with me. So after training and capacity building, based on the different skill sets, then we looked at the international market. Where are BPOs going to establish in Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa? Why are they not coming into the country? Because we have not provided the comfort for them to come into our country. So we are establishing centers of excellence. And these centers of excellence will allow BPOs, international BPOs, and we've spoken to them. A lot of them are interested already. They can come in through the initiative. We will set up the centers of excellence with systems and everything, and then we give them the right skill sets. After the training, the skill sets will be there, and all they need to do is plug and play. And they love it, because we had to sample it while we are doing the research of this initiative. Then the second thing is, I've not even started. Okay, so the second part, while we're establishing centers of excellence, is so that we remove the barrier of entry to market for BPOs. When we are trying to start Outsource Global, it took us 8 years to start the company. We started this so many times because we didn't have the investment. It's a high capital intensive project. So anybody that is interested in entering into the business can come, take up 10 seats, 20, and just run with it. Then the existing BPOs that are not able to serve the international market, they will also plug in. If they want to expand, they can use the centers for their expansion. The fifth pillar is global branding and communication. Like I mentioned on the video, we've partnered with BPO analysts that will promote the country and showcase the country as a capable destination for outsourcing. And once they do that, we've structured a very good branding strategy with them on how we can communicate who to target, what kind of companies to target, what kind of BPOs to target, and all that. So all that is well structured, well researched, well planned. The last one is deployment, deploying the people that we have trained into jobs. So we strongly believe, I was told it is already time, and I have a lot to say because this is really an initiative that is dear to our hearts, So we strongly believe that this initiative would solve the challenges we are facing in this country. The economic impact, as mentioned by His Excellency on the video, is enormous. Foreign direct investment, foreign exchange into the country, service export, upskilling our existing talents within the country, knowledge transfers within the country. It's really, there's a lot to say, but, in the interest of time, I'm going to just say thank you very much. Please, we need everyone and everybody here to key into this because this is the solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and let's appreciate the founder and CEO of Outsource Global one more time. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, just to quickly note that we still have quite a number of speakers, and this event has been transmitted live on national television through channels. And it's just as brief as 2 hours for it. And with the number of speakers we do have, we must keep in time so that the Vice President can deliver his address. So I'd like to appeal to all those speakers who are still yet to come up here to, as much as possible, shorten their presentations. Need I mention that television time is extremely precious and expensive, and we have just 2 hours to conclude. Thank you very much. At this point in time, let me bring in from the Office of the Vice President as the Botany Anchor, the Senior Special Assistant, Administration and Office Coordination, Dr. Usman Mohammed. Thank you very much. And may we also draw your attention to the fact that time is not our friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, the Governor of Gombe State, Alhaji Muhammad Inwa Yahya, CON, Your Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Umar Namadi, Honorable Ministers here present, members of the National Assembly and Gombe State House of Assembly, heads of government agencies, State Executive Council members, development partners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. Today marks a significant milestone in the journey towards a brighter future for Nigeria, particularly for our youth. We are gathered here in Gombe State to celebrate the launch of a transformative initiative that promises prosperity for millions of our young people, the Outsource to Nigeria initiative. I stand before you, sir, with pride and gratitude as we embark on this collaborative effort between the Office of the Vice President and Outsource Global. Together, we are ushering in a new era of economic empowerment and opportunity for our nation, in alignment with the renewed hope agenda set forth by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. First and foremost, I must extend my sincerest commendation to the visionary leadership of Governor Inwa Yahya for his unwavering commitment and investment in pushing this initiative forward. His foresight and dedication to the betterment of Gombe State and Nigeria inspires us all. Through his support and advocacy, Gombe State has become a beacon of progress and innovation, aligning seamlessly with the goals of Renewed Hope Agenda. So I will urge everyone in this hall to give him a hearty applause. Outsource to Nigeria is a game changer and is here to stay and flourish. By harnessing the power of private sector and leveraging government support, we are laying the foundation for sustainable economic growth, a cornerstone of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's vision for Nigeria. The skills acquired through OTNI will empower our youth, drive innovation, attract investment, and enhance our global competitiveness. As we celebrate this momentous occasion, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget the broader implication of our efforts. I urge all our leaders and policymakers across Nigeria to rethink how we empower our people. Instead of short-term measures that offer temporary relief, let us focus on initiatives like this that provides long-term solutions and opportunities for self-sufficiency. Empowering the youth through skills, training, and education is not just a moral imperative. It is a strategic investment in the future of our nation. Together, let us build a Nigeria where every young person can unleash their potential and contribute meaningfully to our collective prosperity. This initiative, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, owes its existence to the unwavering dedication and efforts of Mrs. Amal Hassan. Without her commitment and efforts, it will have remained unrealized. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to her. I also want to acknowledge the support of our humble leader, my boss, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for bringing this initiative to fruition, and everyone who has contributed to making this initiative a reality. Your dedication, commitment testify to the power of collaboration and collaborative actions. Together, we will build a brighter future for Nigeria, one that empowers our young people. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, just a quick note here. The main cameras are right here in front. I do understand that tendency is to look off the camera, but would like to encourage all the speakers to look straight on. That's the way that the cameras can get them on the direct shots. And once again, may I quickly suggest for all the speakers to also limit what we have come to know as the protocol list. Easily, His Excellency the Vice President is as they say in local parlance, the biggest masquerade in here. So if we just limit the greetings to the Vice President and the governors here, and for the rest of us, just ladies and gentlemen, it would do. Thank you very much. At this point in time, may I call on the Gombe State Cultural Troupe, who will perform for just 2 minutes. The essence is to bring to the fore the rich cultural heritage of the jewel in the savannah. So if Gombe State Cultural Troupe are ready, just 2 minutes to properly welcome His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Gombe State Cultural Troupe. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gombe State Cultural Troop, Your Excellencies. That's what we refer to as a teaser. That's just a taste of what you get. And not to worry, you're welcome to stay back in the jewel of the savannah so you can have more of that treat. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Shoban Chaudhary is the country director of the World Bank. I do invite him at this moment to deliver a message of goodwill. Thank you very much. May we appreciate him as he comes forward. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President, Your Excellency, Governor Yahya, Your Excellency, Governor Namadi, please allow me to stand on existing protocols. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real privilege and an honor to be here, to have been invited to come give this goodwill message. Very quickly, let me give you 4 reasons why I was thrilled to accept the invitation, and why we at the World Bank will be very keen. We are very keen to support in any way we can the scaling up of this initiative. As His Excellency the Vice President said, it's all about scaling up. And so 4 reasons. First, this initiative is about Nigeria's youth. Nigeria, there are about 4 million Nigerians, 4 to 5, that come off working age every year. Every year. 4 to 5 million. 4 to 5 million every year. And they have tremendous potential. Nigeria's future lies in Nigeria's youth. And programs like this are where the mechanism through which that potential can be realized. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is about public-private partnership. And especially important, it's about public-private partnership both at the federal but also at the subnational level. So why is this important? 2 reasons. 1, because it's private investment that will lead the way for the economic opportunities for Nigeria's youth, with government providing the necessary support, which isn't always financing. It's actually creating the space, the leadership. And forgive me, Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President, but the subnational part, the states are where Nigeria's future is. And the fact that in Gombe, in other states, the governors are taking the lead, I think that's key, and that's why we're excited. 3rd reason is just BPO, this whole potential here around IT-enabled, digital technology-enabled services, and the fact that where Nigeria has tremendous potential, but also, I think Amal mentioned in the slide deck, English. Like India, like the Philippines. It's no coincidence that India and Philippines are leading in this, have been leading in this, till Nigeria catches up. English. Do not underestimate our common kind of advantage that we share in speaking English, because that's the biggest market out there. And last but not least, 4th reason, I would not have turned this invitation down, because of Amal. There's no more impressive person from the first time I've met her in terms of the commitment to Nigeria's future and her persistence and quiet strength. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Country Director of the World Bank. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we had introduced him initially as the Chief IT Officer of Nigeria. He is the Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, Kashifu Inua Abdullahi. His words are key to this initiative. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Your Excellency, the Governor, Gombe State, Alhaji Mohammed Inua Yahaya, CON. Your Excellency, the Governor, Jigawa State, and my Governor, Malam Umar Namadi. Ladies and gentlemen, Today is one of the exhilarating moments in our journey to elevating Nigeria to a premier status in the global digital economy. As we gather here to launch this initiative, the Outsource to Nigeria initiative, designed to position Nigeria as a leading destination for the global business outsourcing, I want to remind you of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to accelerating the Nigerian economy through diversification and improving productivity in critical sectors through digital innovation. And also, this is a testament to His Excellency, the Vice President, exemplary leadership and commitment to creating decent and meaningful jobs for our citizens. I will never forget, the Vice President started conceptualizing this idea even before election. And he started investing his time and resources before inauguration. Your Excellency, sir, your commitment laid the foundation of what we are celebrating today. And the support from the Gombe State also is pivotal. Your Excellency, you provided infrastructure, you provided a conducive working environment, you provided the enabling policies for Outsource to Nigeria initiative to be launched here in Gombe. I encourage other governors to follow this model of supporting and backing innovative projects that promise job creation and economic prosperity. I don't want to preempt my governor, but I know we have the political will to start in Jigawa. I also want to acknowledge the Outsource Global. Your commitment is significant to this, to bringing this initiative to life. I know you invested your time, your resources to work with us for almost 3 years to craft the national outsourcing strategy. So we thank you for the commitment and all the effort. At NIDA, we are committed to ensuring the success of this initiative. We have designed our strategic roadmap and action plan to position Nigeria or to make Nigeria a digitally empowered nation, thriving on innovation and fostering inclusive economic growth through technology. The document hinges on 8 strategic pillars. Firstly, to foster digital literacy and cultivate talent. We work at the national and subnationals to ensure every Nigerian is digitally literate, as well as to train them to be part of this digital economy. The second pillar is to build a robust technology research ecosystem. Digital literacy and talents are quick wins, but for the future, we need to invest more in research. And the third pillar is to promote inclusive access to digital infrastructure and services. We want every Nigerian to have access to this infrastructure, and we want to work with the subnationals to make them sustainable. I know Jigawa State has started reviving all the federal government investments in IT centers, and the government will support them. That will ensure every Nigerian has access to this infrastructure and learn from there. And the fourth one is to strengthen policy implementations and legal framework, like this national outsourcing strategy. The fifth one is to strengthen cybersecurity and enhance digital digital and enhance digital, to strengthen cybersecurity and enhance digital, it escaped my mind, but it is to enhance digital trust, because as we build, we digitize, we also need to build confidence in our citizens to use these services. The sixth one is to nurture innovative and entrepreneurial ecosystem, because technology in its nature is progressive. When you train people, they will either get a decent and meaningful jobs, or they can start and grow their own businesses. So we need to have an enabling policies as well as support to help them nurture those ideas. The seventh one is to forge strategic partnership and collaborations with development partners like World Bank and so on, and also the subnationals. Because federal government cannot do it alone, we need to work together to achieve that. While the last one is for internal transformation, which also align with President redefined priorities area in terms of improved governance for effective service delivery. So I think at the federal government, with this initiative, our journey is set and our goals are clear and the resolve is stronger than ever. Therefore, we encourage subnationals to join. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. The Director General of NIDA. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, next to present a goodwill message is the founding partner, World Global Business Services, GBS World, Mark Angers, is here with us. Okay, moving ahead. Yes, and also the advisory partner and chief economist at PwC West Africa, Andrew S. Nevin.
This is Andrew Nevin, retired partner for PwC Nigeria. Retired partner for PwC Nigeria. I'm absolutely delighted to congratulate His Excellency the Vice President and the entire nation of Nigeria on the Outsource to Nigeria initiative. It's a fantastic achievement. We said it for a long time at PwC Nigeria that the biggest export from Nigeria was brains, and that was the future. And this Outsource to Nigeria initiative just shows the potential that exporting brains has. And this is not about people moving into the diaspora, Japa. It's about people staying in Nigeria, in their communities, in every state of the nation, and contributing to Nigeria's growth in high-paying jobs and delivering on the needs of the world. It's going to contribute to the foreign exchange in Nigeria. It's going to contribute to stabilizing the Naira, and it's going to give people, young people, a path for prosperity. And when they're able to do the outsourcing jobs, whether it's a call center, whether it's back office work, whether it's accounting, whether it's legal, they'll be able to buy homes, they'll be able to take care of their parents, they'll be able to start families in their own communities. So just a fantastic achievement, and I know it's going to be very successful in Nigeria. So congratulations again to His Excellency the Vice President and to the entire team who's been working on this, and to the nation of Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
Of Genesis Global Business Services, a global to local research and consulting and strategy firm. I'm also the founding partner of the World Source Marketplace for Global Business Services. Hello, my name is Mark Angus, and I'm the CEO, researcher, and strategist of Genesis Global Business Services, a global to local research and consulting and strategy firm. I'm also the founding partner of the World Source Marketplace for Global Business Services, GBS World. As a global CX and BPO analyst, I'm both honored and excited to contribute to this documentary about the Outsource to Nigeria initiative. And I want to explain how I view Nigeria's potential to become a premier outsourcing destination, backed by our Africa and global BPO research and analytics. The global BPO and ITO and shared services market has grown to just over 1 trillion in size by the end of 2023, and further compounded growth of around 8% per annum is anticipated for this year. And yet Africa only supplies 2% of global business services. So there's much room for growth, expansion, and winning global work that creates dignified and meaningful jobs, especially in markets such as Nigeria. In fact, we have noted in various reports, including our annual Africa BPO benchmarking and market report, that Nigeria is a capable, burgeoning market with scalable opportunities and capabilities, not only in customer experience, but also in specialist business process areas, such as finance and accounting, legal services, HR management, and IT services. I believe there are many opportunities for global BPO companies and enterprises considering Nigeria as a destination of choice, but I'm going to highlight 5 main ones. Number 1, Nigeria has a large and scalable untapped population and potential pool of talent suitable for CX and BPO work. Number 2, the country is renowned for well-spoken and written English youth workers aged 18 to 35. And in fact, we estimated that the addressable B2 level English talent pool in Nigeria sits at over 3.8 million, which is the largest pool of talent on the continent. Number 3, this labor pool comes with highly competitive salaries backed by very favorable operational expenditure costs that make Nigeria more cost-effective than some of the world's leading outsourcing destinations. Number 4, Nigeria sits in a favorable GMT +1 time zone with markets such as Europe and the United Kingdom. And number 5, there is an established track record of CX and BPO delivery with existing BPO operators in Nigeria, servicing global markets such as Europe, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Globally, more BPO operators and enterprises indicated that they will continue to pursue multi-location strategies in 2024 and spread their risk across various geographies. Increased attention and focus is being placed on Africa as the next BPO frontier. The Outsource to Nigeria initiative would enable this trend by giving these organizations the ability and means to tap into a vast new talent pool without the associated risks. I foresee that the Outsource to Nigeria initiative could disrupt the industry by providing an Uberized talent for performance model for BPO service delivery. It is well known that Africa has high levels of unemployment, and there is a need to provide dignified and meaningful work for youth, women, and other untapped talent groups in the continent. The Outsource to Nigeria initiative can inspire other countries to adopt similar models that can scale quickly and create more jobs for their citizens and more export revenue for their markets.
Right, thank you very much.
In closing, I'd also like to say that
we will now have the remarks of the board chairman of Outsource Global, Ahmadu Musa Ikida, who is Deputy Managing Director, Total E&P Nigeria. Please put your hands together for him as he comes on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cyril. I would like to correct, it's the former Deputy Managing Director. I retired 3 years ago, and there's somebody sitting on the seat. I don't want him to think that I still am trying to maintain any presence. So, protocol, my dear brother, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Governor of Gombe State, also my dear brother and neighbor, the Governor of Jigawa State here present. I'll do just like Cyril said, copy paste with a little modification. Personal recognition of my dear brother, the representative of my dear Governor, Umar Usman Kadafur, the Emir of Biu, Mai Umar Mustafa Aliu III, and a little recognition of the Galadima of Kida, the Alhaji Ibrahim Galadima of Kida. Vice President, Your Excellency, It gives me very great pleasure as the chairman of Outsource Global to stand in front of you to thank you in front of the world for this initiative. This initiative is very bold, it is very deliberate, and I must say that it's an immediate thing to do. It is also very easy to scale up. Once you start and you catch the bug, we are going to go all the way. Excellency, I really would want to plead that with the boldness expressed by the governor of Gombe, let us mandate every state in the federation to be able to build a facility like the one that the governor of Gombe has enabled of 2,000 seats every state. When you do the calculations, it's 2,000 times 36. We're still just scratching the surface. We have been given details about the output of the universities in terms of graduates every year. So this is the way forward. We would like to really thank the Vice President for his commitment, for his drive, and very importantly, for allowing and creating the enabling environment in the nation for this kind of initiative to proceed and progress. Jakpa, everybody wants to leave our country. Most people say it's greener on the other side. This is the opportunity for those who want to Jakpa and don't have a flight ticket out. You're going to be able to do the same work that you would have otherwise done outside the country, in your bedroom, in your sitting room, or in a little office, in a little center somewhere. So this is important for the youth. It is important for the future of Nigeria, because the future of Nigeria depends on the youth. And I really, really want to commend this initiative. Our superstar, Amal Hassan, who has been the key and at the center of all these. Your Excellencies, I don't think we have commended enough this ambassador of Nigeria in business. She has carried the flag of the country all over the globe. And it is because of her that some of us are here. When I say here, the private sector. You will notice that this initiative is not about competition. It's not about a company quarantining the market in any country. It is about growing the business. It is about opening up and growing with other companies within Nigeria so that everybody in this world knows that Nigeria is the best center for BPO. And on this note, I would like to thank sincerely somebody who has not been thanked too much. We have Amal, Your Excellency. The person behind Amal is her husband. He has allowed Amal to express. He has allowed Amal to be our ambassador. He has encouraged her. And I would like to call on us main folks. Anytime you come out as a successful person, especially a man, they tell you that behind every man is... So I'm just saying behind Amal, there is her husband. And I would want us to copy how the husband treated Amal in encouraging so that we have many Amals and also very many Alhaji Hassans. Your Excellency, finally, as chairman of the board of directors of Outsource Group and also Blue Tag Group, I would want to thank my fellow directors for the support over these years. Even when the light was very dim, we kept the hope alive. And I'm really happy that today we are helping our country do what it is that we dreamt of many years ago, almost close to a decade. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, just echoing the words of the chairman of Outsource Global, this will help put pay to the Jakpa syndrome. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Now, it is time for the call to action. And to do that, let me call on Uzo Ezuku, MD CEO, Blue Tag Group. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of our dear nation, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Gombe State, permit me to stand on existing protocol. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have questioned my qualification to deliver these remarks today and stand before you grateful for the opportunity to articulate this call to action. As we start this very important national assignment. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have listened and assimilated today the essence of the Outsource to Nigeria initiative and what it really stands for, what it is, and why it is of such immense importance, especially at this time. The Vice President, in embodying the administration's job creation mantra and by anchoring this initiative, has set the tone for the creation of millions of jobs for Nigerian youth through the BPO IT-enabled services industry. The Outsource to Nigeria initiative will channel Nigerian youth, our nation's greatest asset, towards potent activity and revitalizing the Nigerian economy. To my business partner, Amal, the OTNI team, the OTNI Secretariat, we have worked tirelessly, day and night, to get to this point. But I assure you, the work begins now. Our passion to add value and rekindle the flames of our nation's youth has brought us together on this important assignment. It will attract many of us similarly motivated friends, and we will see this gathering momentum like steam under counter pressure. And we will generate a movement that will clear all obstacles. We will attain the objectives together. Therefore, we must remain strong, attuned to the mission at all times, steadfast, untiring, professional, tall and proud, calm and confident. The energies of millions of Nigerian youth, seasoned through our shared national experience and ready to excel, will unite with ours, and grace will see us through. We salute the graciousness of our host governor, who in identifying with this initiative has provided immense support for its takeoff. We assure you, Your Excellency, of our unwavering commitment to the objectives of this initiative. We will leave no stones unturned in our relentless pursuit of 70%, at least 70% talent deployment across all the trainees taking up in Gombe State Center of Excellence. The initiative will see us also establish several more centers, and we therefore urge all the other governors here present and all the governors across the country to key into the initiative and emulate Gombe State. You can be assured that we will approach the engagement with dispatch. We will work together to take the youth in your region on a career-changing journey of meaningful work and career progression. To friends of Nigeria, development partners, and partners in progress, the World Bank, the UNDP Africa Development Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, IDICE, and the different development partners and foundations already working with us. We assure you that the seed you sow in supporting this initiative will bear rich fruit. We remain result-driven. We encourage you to hold us to task and measure us against our commitments. You are indeed presented today with an opportunity to be part of the reawakening of Nigeria, the heart of Africa. To the pioneering workforce, a snapshot or a cross-section of whom are seated at the Emporium, we reaffirm our firm promise to take you by the hand and bring you to the brink of your potentials. Rounding up. Our hands will be firm, relentless, our expectations of you lofty. We will settle for nothing but your best, because you are to become trailblazers for millions of youth whose successful engagement is hinged on your success today. To our international BPO partners and large employers, we will be presenting to you the dynamic Nigerian brain, fine-tuned for excellent execution, the irrepressible Nigerian mind, exposed to new possibilities. Therefore, in keeping with the event's theme, we welcome you to Nigeria, the future of work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. MD CEO of Blue Tag Group, Uzo Ezuku. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is not often that we get to do this. It's what we refer to as a race against time. It takes a lot to get the Vice President of the Federal Republic to come to anywhere, given the workload and the things he has to do. We do not intend keeping His Excellency more than is necessary. So we've had to make certain adjustments to the program. There's still other time when the Vice President would inspect the BPUs. But for now, let me quickly invite another governor who's here with us today and who has been referenced in the past for the purposes of delivering a very brief goodwill message. His Excellency, Malam Umar A. Namadi, FCA, Governor of Jigawa State. Your Excellency.
There's a mic, sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Gombe State, Muhammad Inwa Yahaya, CON, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Your Excellency, the Vice President, I think I want to use this opportunity to thank you most sincerely for initiating this collaboration between your office and the Outsource Global for empowering Nigerian youth. This is an initiative which is in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and is also in consonance with our 12-point agenda in Jigawa State. Therefore, this initiative is something that is very critical to the economic development of this country. So, Your Excellency, we thank you very much for this initiative. And also along the line, I think I need to thank the CEO of Outsource Global for her commitment and also for her sincere concern with the plight of the Nigerian youth. I really appreciate her submission that this initiative is going to be Nigerian domesticated. Nigerian domesticated in the sense that what is happening or what will work 100% in India may not likely work 100% in Nigeria. Therefore, domesticating it to the Nigerian content is very, very important. And I think that is also very, very important. When we look at our youth in Nigeria, you see, we have, in addition to the international market, we also need to look at the domestic market. Once we look at the domestic market, we will make a lot of progress. I think it's important, especially in terms of the training. Your demand-driven training is also very, very important. Now, therefore, if you look at the domestic market and also considering your demand-driven training practices or programs. Now, if you look at focus two difficult areas or two important areas. One, agriculture. Now, if you look at agriculture and you train our youth on the best practices of agriculture, and also at the same time looking at the international market, what is required in the international market, and train the youth on the best practices of agriculture, I am sure a lot of guys will be involved and a lot of guys will definitely find a means of livelihood. The same thing, vocational training is very, very important. Vocational training is quite important, especially looking at the vast opportunity we have, especially within the country and also outside the country. So I think it's also important you emphasize on vocational training of our youth, especially the KK lines that is about to come in Nigeria. There's a huge opportunity for vocational skills along that line. Therefore, if we focus along that line, we train our youth and then they will be able to have a means of livelihood along that line. So I think this is quite important, and I think it's better we domesticate this training so that our youth can benefit very well. More so also important, in addition to the training for international market, you also look at skills. We have a large number of youths that are not totally educated, but they need also to have some means of livelihood. Therefore, skills, training them in different skills that will help them also to be part, to enjoy this kind of initiative. Therefore, I think it is important. Therefore, I want to assure Your Excellency the Vice President and the Outsource Global, Jigawa State government has already put all the necessary structures for the takeoff of the Outsource initiative in Jigawa State. All the structures are in place, and therefore all we needed the time for us to launch it. Therefore, I want to also use this opportunity to thank you that we are already on course, and we are already in line, and we are already in support of this initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Governor of Jigawa State, Malam Umar A. Namadi. Thank you. Mr. Vice President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us now call to the podium the one who is a host and at whose instance we are gathered here for this initiative that kicks off in the jewel of the Savannah, His Excellency Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, CON, Governor of Gombe State. Let's appreciate him. Thank you so much.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. Your Excellency, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, Your Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, Excellencies Deputy Governor of Gombe and Borno State, other Excellencies, because all of us today are excellent, Your Royal Highnesses, good afternoon all. Great pleasure and immense gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I address you on the occasion of the official commissioning of the Outsource Global Office, the Outsource Center in Gombe, and the flag off of the Outsource to Nigeria initiative, jointly being done today in Gombe. The state-of-the-art facility in Gombe heralds a transformative journey towards positioning Gombe as a premier destination for business process outsourcing in Nigeria. I would like to warmly welcome the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, and other distinguished invited guests to this important occasion, which is a testament to our unwavering commitment to fostering economic growth, innovation, and job creation, in line with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Since coming to power in 2019, my administration has developed and implemented business-friendly reforms in order to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive, thereby fostering a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation. This is evidenced in the emergence of Gombe State as the #1 on PEBEG Ease of Doing Business ranking in 2021 and 2022. Our recent ranking as the #1 in Nigeria on socio-economic development and infrastructural development, as well as numerous other rankings that serve as recognition of our outstanding success in transforming the fortunes of our dear state. The Business Process Outsource Center we are commissioning today was one of the gains of the first Gombe Investment Summit, which was held in October 2022. In our commitment to leveraging on information technology and digital economy so as to harness the creative energies of our youth, the Gombe State government donated one of its steel acquisition centers, in addition to providing about 1 billion naira in funding for equipping the facility and facilitating its takeoff. The capacity to accommodate 2,000 individuals, the Business Processing Out Center represents a monumental opportunity for job creation and skill development, particularly for the youth of Gombe State. In the rapidly changing landscape of the 21st century economy, where digital literacy and technological proficiency are paramount, the center will serve as a hub of innovation and learning. Through specialized training programs and hands-on experience in areas such as customer service, platform management, technical support, digital marketing, research, and analytics, our youth will acquire invaluable skills that are in high demand in today's global marketplace. As we celebrate the commissioning of the Gombe BPO Center, I would like to reflect on our broader vision for unlocking Gombe's human capital potentials. From our investments in education and skills development, to support for youth empowerment and entrepreneurship, to the provision of affordable health care and social services. Through various transformative initiatives, we built over 1,400 classrooms, employed over 1,000 IT-savvy teachers, upgraded 5 secondary schools to mega school standards, with each having the capacity to accommodate 3,000 students, and equally built integrated Almajiri schools that facilitated the takeoff and that is of taking of 350,000 out of school children and enrolling them into formal education. We also provided skills training for thousands of youth under the At-Risk Children project, as well as billions of naira in grants to various small, medium, medium enterprises across the state. Our administration is among the first to embrace the transition towards e-governance. The introduction of biometric attendance system marks a genuine attempt to improve the productivity of our civil service and provide job opportunities for 305 of our youths as biometric machine supervisors, thus providing real-time dashboard on employee performance. We introduced similar tech-driven reforms in our land and revenue administration systems in order to plug leakages, eliminate fraud, and reduce inefficiencies. We are also working with various partners to ensure the digitalization and automation of government institutions like hospitals, schools, courts, and government agencies, thus bringing vital institutions on an integrated platform to ensure effective coordination, improved performance monitoring, and enhanced service delivery. Your Excellency, the decision to launch the Outsource Nigeria initiative in Gombe is not a mere coincidence. It is a testament to the state's burgeoning potential and the exemplary strides we have made in fostering an enabling environment for technology, innovation, and growth in general. Gombe's commitment to creating a conducive ecosystem for investment and innovation underscores our dedication to leveraging on digital economy as a catalyst for socio-economic development. By taking bold initiatives to improve infrastructure, streamline regulatory processes, and promote digital literacy, we have positioned Gombe as a beacon of opportunity and innovation in Nigeria, thus attracting both domestic and international attention. The partnership with Outsource Global highlights the tangible support we are willing to provide to businesses that choose to invest in Gombe State. This strategic investment not only creates job opportunities, but also signifies our proactive approach to providing the necessary infrastructure and resources to attract and support private investment. I would like to reaffirm our commitment to creating an environment conducive to business growth and prosperity, where opportunities abound for investors and entrepreneurs alike. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, the Business Process Outsource Center represents just one facet of our comprehensive strategy to harness the talents and aspirations of our youth, empower our communities, and build a prosperous future for all of us. With the completion of the first phase of the 1,000-hectare Gombe Industrial Park, the designation of Gombe as a special agro-processing zone, and the commencement of oil exploration, which will come up soon, we are working with various stakeholders to equip our youth with the requisite skills and tools so as to take advantage of opportunities in these rapidly growing sectors. In the course of establishing the Business Processing Outsource Center, it became evident that challenges such as limited access to fiber connectivity and reliable power infrastructure continue to hinder our progress towards our broader vision of leveraging on digital innovation in order to deliver growth and prosperity to our people. Given the Northeast sub-region's exclusion from much of Nigeria's infrastructural progress in rail, fiber optics, and power generation, I would like to appeal for increased federal and international development assistance to address these critical infrastructure gaps. By bridging these divides, we can unlock the full potentials of digital innovation and propel the entire sub-region towards greater prosperity and inclusivity. I am glad that the Minister of Information is here and the Chief Executive of NIDA, who are very key, they are here with us, and several other agencies of the federal government. Noticing this, I believe, will make them to put more impetus and push us to see that we are really aligned with the national system, especially the economy. We hope to see concrete steps towards addressing these urgent needs of our people. I would like to commend our esteemed partners, Outsource Global, for their excellent collaboration in bringing this vision to reality. Through our partnership, we have leveraged the unique strengths and capabilities of both the public and private sectors to create an environment conducive for investment, innovation, and inclusive growth. Together, we've turned the dreams into reality, laying the foundation for a thriving BPO industry that will not only create jobs, but also drive socio-economic development in our states and indeed the entire Federal Republic of Nigeria. Through the Outsource to Nigeria initiative, meaning aligning with the OTN is very, very key, and I believe, as my colleague, the Governor of Jigawa said, all the rest of the governors will align so that we'll enable these lofty objectives to be achieved as soon as possible. Gombe State Government is committed to setting clear milestones and targets for the BPO Center project in collaboration with the Outsource Global in order to ensure that our partnership yields maximum benefits for the people. By establishing measurable goals related to job creation, skill development, and economic impact, will create a roadmap for success and hold ourselves accountable to delivering tangible results. Regular evaluations and assessments will be conducted in order to measure progress against these targets, thus allowing us to make informed decisions and adjustments as needed in order to optimize the impact of this very important project. Through this rigorous monitoring and evaluation process, we are dedicated to ensuring that the BPO Center project fulfills its potential as a catalyst for socio-economic development and prosperity in Gombe State and indeed in the wider Nigeria. On a final note, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to all stakeholders, especially the Vice President, who contributed to the realization of this groundbreaking achievement. The Outsource to Nigeria initiative is really one of those that will change the tides and bring rapid prosperity to our people. I would like to assure investors that Gombe is open and ready for business, and together we are laying the foundation for a brighter future for the state and Nigeria at large, where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive and succeed. I thank you all for listening. God bless you, God bless Gombe State, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Mahamudu Inuwa Yahaya, CON, the Governor of Gombe State. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate the Governor one more time. Thank you. Just a quick announcement here. Just a quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Quickly, when His Excellency the Vice President comes up here to deliver his speech, or immediately after he delivers his speech, there would be the cutting of the cake you see to my right here. That's a symbolic gesture which signifies the unveiling of the initiative. And then there would be a group photograph right here, after which we will now take the national anthem for the departures. But back to the present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. From banking and finance to administration to driving the cause of development under very dire circumstances, in very difficult times, from then on to lawmaking, and then back to the executive at the national level, our special guest of honor is no stranger to creating a conducive atmosphere for business growth to thrive. And therefore, today's event could have chosen no better special guest of honor than the one I present to you at this moment, ladies and gentlemen. His Excellency Kashim Shettima, GCON, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Kindly, you can sit down, please. Your Excellency, the Governor of Gombe State and Chairman, Northern States Governors Forum, Alhaji Mohammed Inuwa Yahaya, CON. Your Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, Malam Umar Namadi. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Gombe State, Dr. Manasa Daniel Jatau. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Umar Usman Kadapur. The Deputy National Chairman of our great party, the APC, Honorable Ali Bukar Dalori. Member representing Akko Federal Constituency and Chief Whip of the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Usman Bello Kumo. The Honorable Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris Malagi. The Special Advisors to the President on Special Duties and on Economic Matters. The Director General of NIDA, Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi. The Managing Director of the Northeast Development Commission, Alhaji Mohammed Goni Al-Khali. The Chairman of National Hajj Commission, Alhaji Jalal Arabi. Other heads of federal government agencies and parastatals present here. Members of the Gombe State Executive and Security Councils. Your Royal Highness the Emir of Gombe, Alhaji Abubakar Shehu Abubakar II. Your Royal Highness the Emir of Biu, Alhaji Mustafa Umar Ali II, and other royal fathers present here.
the country director, World Bank, Mr. Shubham Chowdhury, and other development partners, our chief hostess, the founder of Outsource Global, Amal Hassan, and the leadership of Outsource Global, captains of industries, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today we embark on a journey of self-discovery. It's a paradox for any country to possess the advantages we have and still rank in the middle or at the bottom of the economic chain. This is why we are here, to provide a gateway to the world and remind ourselves that we are an epicenter of knowledge, an incubator of innovation, and a nurturer of brilliance. We can't take over the world if we don't know the road to the future, and so we are honored to join you in this quest. For too long, we have overlooked the treasure within our demographic dividends. For too long, we have underestimated our role in the knowledge economy. Far beyond the magnitude of our population and the global utility of our proficiency in English lies a profound characteristic: the Nigerian spirit. From the bustling landscape of Aberdeen to the vibrant cityscape of Melbourne and the financial hubs of Zurich, this Nigerian spirit of excellence thrives. It is therefore time to recognize our potential and embrace this unique identity as we set out to explore the markets, eager for our unique contributions. Today, we are not only presenting to you the Outsource to Nigeria initiative with the honorable aim of taking over the world. We present to you a lens to see the needs of the world, a bridge to interact with the world, and a vehicle to reach the world from the comfort of your offices and homes in Nigeria. Outsourcing as an economic strategy is not just about efficiency. It's a profound recognition of our interconnectedness in the global economy. Outsourcing is also a strategy to counteract brain drain and channel our talents and skills into reconstructing a Nigeria that works. In President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we have a leader whose vision transcends the immediate horizon. He's a refined economic strategist who understands the balance between our present circumstances and the trajectory of the global landscape. Our routes to the future hinge upon our sensitivity to our realities. The tough decisions we have taken may pose short-term challenges, but rest assured it is a strategic investment to fortify the foundations of our economy. As your guarantee, I affirm that the reforms in progress will not only weather the storms, but usher in a future where we shall stand grateful for the resilience and foresight displayed in propelling our nations towards economic prosperity. The global business outsourcing industry is a towering monument valued at over $250 million, and the success stories from India and the inspiring testimony to the transformative power of strategic outsourcing. Now the spotlight turns to Nigeria, a nation with an abundance of talent, a competitive cost structure, a rapidly improving ICT infrastructure, and a strategically advantageous location. Now is our time to carve our own narrative within the global BPO landscape. Now indeed is our chance to contribute not only to our economic expansion, but also to solidifying our role as a key player in the international business arena. Nigeria is fortified by a colossal talent pool exceeding 200 million people and complemented by a competitive labor cost, an evolving ICT infrastructure, unwavering government support, and a strategic location in proximity to European markets. This convergence of factors not only positions Nigeria as a prime outsourcing destination, but also underscores our commitment to providing an environment conducive to innovation, efficiency, and seamless collaboration on the global stage. The Outsource to Nigeria initiative symbolizes a pivotal alliance, a collaborative dance between the public and private sectors. This is a mission to produce millions of job opportunities and propel Nigeria's business process outsourcing and IT-enabled services sector into unprecedented growth. OTNI is here to connect global companies with the abundant talents and capabilities inherent in Nigeria. This initiative marks a strategic leap forward, positioning Nigeria as an emerging outsourcing powerhouse, ready to make an indelible mark on the economic global landscape. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Outsource to Nigeria initiative spearheads the holistic advancement of the outsourcing ecosystem. It fosters the development of cutting-edge BPO facilities and provides incentives for the private sector. This is aimed at positioning Nigeria as a top destination for large companies seeking operational optimization. And there is no greater commitment than this of the government to drive this scheme. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make a special mention of the efforts of Governor Mohammed Inuwa Yahya in bringing forth this our dream into reality. Leadership is about foresight. Leadership is about sacrifice. The government of Gombe State spent nearly ₦1 billion investing in the infrastructure, believing in the talents and capacity of Mrs. Amal Hassan. We cannot thank you enough. Locally, Malam Omar Namadi is here. He is doing excellently well in the agricultural sector. We urge you, we beseech thee, we call on you to replicate the Gombe experience in Jigawa. To Kashifu Abdullahi Inuwa. To, aiki na hannunka. In angulu tana maganin zawo sai ta yi akanta. Kai dan Jigawa ne, go and work in Jigawa and bring all those realities to Jigawa. Gashi nan gwamnan Gombe babana ne, murdadden mutum ne. Ga zuciya amma kuma ga aiki. He is one of the best governors in Nigeria. With these 2,000 young men to be trained, on the average, let's assume they are going to earn $40,000 per annum. These 2,000 young men and women will earn 120 billion naira in a year. Because that's the equivalent of $80 million that they will generate with all its attendant multiplier effects on our local economy. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the budget size of Gombe State for 2024 is 208 billion naira. What about injecting an additional 120 billion naira into the Gombe economy? So I want to commend the governor for taking the right decision. And luckily, I have a good relationship with all the governors across the length and breadth of this nation. I will really knock on their doors. I will literally sleep in their states to ensure that what we have done in Gombe today is replicated across the length and breadth of this nation. There is an IDICE program, $618 million intervention. Mr. Shubham Chowdhury will not stay in Nigeria forever. He's my personal friend. He loves Nigeria, but we can leverage on his stay and maximize our benefits. If this $618 million should come to Gombe State alone, so be it. The end justifies the means. The federal government is the enabler, but the major drivers are the subnationals, the state government. So I urge all our state governors to buy into this dream. Let's create jobs. Let's be merchants of hope. Let us make our youth to be useful to themselves and the nation. As I join our tech-savvy youth to celebrate this vehicle to limitless opportunities, I call on global business leaders and partners to join us in utilizing this avenue to serve our mutual interests. Once again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for being part of this milestone event and thank Mrs. Amal Hassan and her team for the sacrifices and devotion. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we give a more resounding applause to His Excellency, the Vice President. At this point, His Excellency would proceed to this cake, and well, he will be flanked by the host governor, His Excellency Governor Muhammadu Inua Yahaya, and the governor of Jigawa, the deputy governors of Gombe and Borno will join them, the emir of Gombe and the emirs of Biu, as well as the CEO of Outsource Global, Amal Hassan, and her team. They will flank His Excellency in cutting this cake, which symbolizes the unveiling.
It's our singular honor and privilege to cherish forever, to cut this cake to commemorate the Outsource Nigeria initiative.